phasmophobia or an intense fear of ghosts, then you probably haven't watched many of the videos from the YouTube channel Love to Investigate. These sleuths regularly explore creepy abandoned places in suits that might be lingering on the premises. In this video, they managed to catch what they believe to be the ghost of a young girl while exploring an abandoned asylum. The uploader notes in the video's description that the team prefers to keep the location of the asylum a secret, as to avoid attention from those who might seek to damage the property. The crew were fresh from shooting a paranormal investigation the night before at a place known as the Dana, the HM Prison Shrewsbury in Shrewsbury, Shropshire, England. As the building is often believed to be one of the most haunted prisons in the world, they had all their ghost hunting equipment at the ready. Unfortunately, when the team visited the asylum the following day, it was supposed to be strictly an abandoned building exploration, so they had left all their professional gear at home. All they had to film their experience with was their mobile phones. In the footage, we see that the investigators visit the asylum while it's still light outside. As there are few dark places in which paranormal entities could be hiding, it seems as though the team weren't expecting to catch anything supernatural on film. However, that didn't appear to stop at least one resident ghost from making its presence known. The first evidence of paranormal activity can be heard early in the video. If you listen closely, you'll hear a voice whispering what sounds like, "Hi, Stacy."
What's that? Whoa. How they like pink tiles, isn't they?
Moments later, the camera manages to capture something even more terrifying. Watch.
That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
A ghostly girl appears to be watching the crew from a doorway.
Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
While it's hard to get a good look, some commenters have noted that she might have long dark hair and appears to be wearing a white dress.
That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part.
While the location of the asylum remains a mystery, it proves difficult to speculate on who or what this young girl actually is. Could it be the spirit of a former resident, perhaps? Take another look and see what you think. For now, the ghostly girl's identity will have to remain a mystery.
That's pretty cool, that is. Smells like an hospital in this part, definitely.
This is a freaky little clip uploaded to Facebook by Zona del Terra. It shows someone filming a fire right next to a parked car. At first, the fire is weird enough, but things quickly turn a whole lot worse. Watch. As you can see, some kind of figure emerges from the flames. They don't seem to be harmed by the fire at all as they walk behind the car and out of sight. Unfortunately, that's all there is to this bizarre clip. We have no further info and we don't know why the person was filming the fire in the first place. Some people thought perhaps it's an optical illusion and that someone was walking behind the fire, but the bright flames make it look like they're actually inside of it. So what do you think's going on here? Is it an optical illusion? Or is this genuinely some kind of strange figure that's able to walk through fire? Love to hear your take on this in the comments section down below. An Instagram account named Terra and Los Videos has shared a clip that's freaking viewers out. In the video, the camera holder frantically tries to flick a light switch on. There doesn't appear to be any power on in the house. He then makes his way into the bathroom where something truly unsettling happens. Watch. Watching that again in slow motion, a face can be seen looming over the door. The lights flicker on and off. Because this video has unknown origins, it's hard to speculate on what's happening in the clip. Theories in the comments section range from a demon caught on camera to a ghost or even a bruja. In Spanish culture, a bruja is a type of witch that conjures black magic. Some believe that they can shapeshift into different animals like cats, ravens, or rats. So are these theories close to describing what's being captured in this video? Many of us like to think that the spirits of loved ones will visit us once they've passed away to watch over us. It's a comforting thought for many, though a creepy one for others. Reddit user mgirl21202 shared to our Slaptam subreddit an example of what she believes to be her grandmother's spirit checking in on her son. In the first picture the Redditor shared, we see a photo of the grandmother in question. The second photo shows us a screenshot taken from some type of security system inside her son's room. Her son is standing to the left of frame with his arms up. Directly behind him in the doorway, we can make out what seems to be an older woman wearing a gown. The Redditor explained that her grandmother looked exactly like the figure does in the photo, even wearing the same gown. Most other Redditors were amazed by this and believed it was indeed the grandma coming to pay her grandson a visit, perhaps even trying to comfort him. In this video from RG and Asociados law firm, a young woman's night at the club quickly turns sour when something strange happens. This footage was shot outside of the Majao Nightclub in Chiclayo, Peru. There are several people standing around the courtyard. The woman in question is pacing around the space, apparently having a conversation on her cell phone. Watch what happens next. Watching that again, it's as though the young woman spots something just off camera. She falls to the ground and scrambles backwards. Several witnesses run to the young woman's aid. However, none of them seem to be able to spot anything unusual that would have caused such a reaction. The video plays out and we see numerous people coming to the aid of the woman. So what could have caused this woman to fall and to react with such fear after she hit the ground? Nothing in the video gives any indication as to the cause of her strange reaction. Given that this footage was taken outside a nightclub, some viewers have suggested perhaps the woman was under the influence of drugs and began hallucinating. However, her demeanor just prior to getting scared looks completely normal. Without a second camera angle, there's no way of knowing for certain just what this woman saw. Ehab Kasmia is a popular urban explorer and paranormal investigator based in Jordan. He's known for capturing some truly freaky encounters on camera as he explores abandoned houses, factories, and ruins. In this clip from July 2021, he explores an old apartment complex that's been abandoned.
راجع اليوم لأنه الصراحة البيت صاير فيه كركبة وأصوات وحكي. طلعوا لسه هدول الأغراض كانوا جوا وصاروا هون لك بصير في فتح. الراديو.
As he looks around, things get stranger and stranger.
تعرفوا شغلة هم بكونوا شايفيننا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وإحنا مش شايفينهم. بس هم
Although the apartment is clearly deserted, inexplicable sounds can be heard. Take a listen.
الباب هذا استغرب منه. ما إله إيد. ما إله إيد. ما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والله العظيم لسه بحكي ما إله إيد وما بعرف أعيش بودي.
Moments later, more knocking is heard.
اسمعوا. والله العظيم تقولي حدا بدق وراه. في حدا دق.
As if the sounds weren't unsettling enough, things start moving all on their own.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Then, after some more knocking, the door moves again.
وهذا الباب براسر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Things get worse when he spots something at the kitchen window.
إيه؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Many people in the comments section of the video recited prayers for Casimir, believing the presence to be demonic in nature. Most were unsettled by the strange face at the window. Some thought it could be a homeless person that lives in the apartment complex. But why then does it seem to disappear without a trace?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
So is there really a demonic presence infesting this old abandoned house? Or is there another way to explain the mysterious happenings? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
إيه؟
YouTuber Advil is another unfortunate soul who seems to have something spooky happening in his basement. While relaxing at home, he begins to hear voices coming from the lowest level of his house. At the top of the stairs, he calls out to the voice, warning that he's about to turn on the light.
I'm gonna turn on the light. All right?
He then bravely heads into the basement, intent on making contact with the source of the sound.
Hello?
The uploader spends a few seconds circling the camera around the darkened room while continuing to.
Is anyone there?
However, nothing happens. The basement remains still and quiet. Then, just as he seems ready to give up, a glass cabinet suddenly begins to move on its own.
Whoa, Jesus!
Startled by the movement, the uploader quickly turns for the safety of the stairs.
Whoa, Jesus!
2 days later, the same YouTuber released another video on his channel. Apparently, the poltergeist that moved the basement shelf wasn't quite finished with its shenanigans. This clip begins in a similar manner to the previous one. As he calls out to the entity, an eerie whisper returns from the darkness.
I heard some noises again. Hello?
Then, moments later, a shadowy figure walks past the doorway. At first, it's difficult to see, and anyone who's not paying particular close attention will most likely miss it. However, if you zoom in and lighten the footage, you can clearly see there is indeed a dark figure lurking down below. It almost blends into the shadows of the basement, bringing to mind the ghostly shadow people that are sometimes said to haunt the nightmares of those unfortunate enough to see them. It's clear that whatever's in this basement is probably best left alone. Posted to the YouTube channel Alice in Wonderland 74, this piece of eerie footage seems to show something truly mysterious. The video was captured by a truck driver's dashcam late at night while driving through Georgia. Although the clip is short, the description of the clip only serves to add more mystery to the already intriguing circumstances. The figure of a fully white woman is seen standing by the side of the road. Then, just as the truck comes nearer, the woman continues walking right into the road, seemingly colliding directly with the truck. The clip ends, but the video's description goes on to further muddy the mysterious circumstances. The truck driver, afraid he had hit someone, pulled over to the side of the road. Oddly enough, the driver didn't find evidence of a body anywhere nearby. Dismayed but still concerned, the driver called the police himself in order to clear up any potential misunderstandings regarding what had happened. Disturbingly enough, when the driver made contact with the police, they explained that his situation was not unique. In fact, the police officer explained that many such calls had come in, all regarding that very same spot. Many drivers seemingly reported concern over hitting the same ghostly woman, only to find they hadn't hit anything at all. What remains for the driver and the Georgia police, as well as viewers, is the ghostly mystery of the woman's origins. Just where did she come from? And why she reenacted being hit in the same spot on the road over and over again? Reddit user FreedomDifferent9277 uploaded this strange clip to our Slapdown subreddit. The video was allegedly taken by some villagers living in the eastern state of Odisha in India. They were on their way home when they spotted something in the darkness. Take a look at what they saw. As you can see, there's a strange white figure in the distance. It almost looks like a torso with no head or limbs. At several points in the clip, the tractor's engine inexplicably cuts out. So too the headlights. Suddenly the men are plunged into darkness, knowing full well that there's some unknown figure just nearby. Eventually, the lights come back on and we can see the strange entity once more. The clip then ends and we don't know what becomes of the men. The OP claims that the figure seen in the video is a manifestation of a demonic entity. Another viewer, Sam777K, commented on the footage saying that their brother is from Odisha as well, and that he was once possessed by a demon. They claim he lost 14 kilos in one night while in the throes of an evil entity. Odisha has a long history closely linked to the paranormal. There are many stories involving witchcraft, hauntings, and the devil himself. The ring road in Odisha was built near an old crematorium. Dozens of motorists have reported seeing badly burnt people walking alongside of the road. When they get out to help, there's no one there. Then there's Jatan Nagar Palace, which is said to be one of the most haunted places in India. Built in the early 20th century, the building is now derelict and rumoured to be filled with hundreds of tortured souls. During its construction, Prince Narasingh Pratap Dev allegedly tormented hundreds of slaves. Their treatment was said to be so horrendous that dozens of people died on sight. Many locals believe their souls have since been tethered to the abandoned palace, forced to live there eternally. So it would seem Odisha is no stranger to the paranormal. As to why there's so much activity there, no one seems to know. So what do you make of the strange tales and sightings in Odisha, India? Love to hear your thoughts on this strange sighting as well as the mythology in the comment section down below. TikToker Diego Spickers seems to be experiencing a haunting of a potential ghostly girl right in his own home. In the first video, we see the TikToker showing us a child's playhouse that he has in his home. And as you'll see, there seems to be something very wrong with it. Watch.
Es re lindo, tiene ventanita y todo, pille. No,
When we first see the playhouse, there appears to be nothing in there.
para nada, weón.
He then looks through the window on the side, and now there seems to be something inside of it. We can see a blanket that appears to be covering someone, perhaps a small child. The TikToker moves back to the entrance, though the blanketed child is no longer there.
No.
Diego uploaded a picture to his Instagram account, Spickers. Here we can see the child's playhouse again, except this time the creepy sighting is right outside the window. Here we can see what appears to be a small girl peering inside. At first, it looks like a normal enough picture, but the following TikTok video gives a little more context. In this clip, the TikToker proves that he lives a few floors up from the ground, meaning this girl couldn't have been standing looking in the window.
Fuera de la ventana. Es falso que yo vivo en un primer piso.
He also shows us that he doesn't have a balcony, suggesting that the little girl could indeed be a ghost.
Lógico.
Also, if we watch that clip again more closely, as he walks into the room, you can see a face in the window. But as we see, the homeowner lives several floors up, making it impossible for someone to be outside the window.
No es así, miren. Yo vivo en un quinto piso. Sería algo ilógico.
In the final video, the TikToker is sitting in his living room watching some TV when something super unsettling happens. Watch.
¿Es un cuarto? Sí, hágale, hágale. ¡Uy, marica, venga! ¿Qué siguieron rápido? No, marica, perro, lo grabé, venga.
We can see what looks to be a child's hand pushing the door open on the cabinet just under the TV. The man rushes forward, but there's nothing there.
¿Es un cuarto? Sí, hágale, hágale. ¡Uy, marica, venga! ¿Qué siguieron rápido? Marica, perro, lo grabé.
There's a lot in these clips to suggest that there's something way more sinister going on here. How could the girl be looking through the window without any support? And how could the hand have disappeared from the cabinet so quickly?
Marica, perro, lo grabé.
I'd love to hear your theories on this one in the comment section down below.
Es re lindo, tiene ventanita y todo, pille.
Some paranormal footage captured by security cameras is far more subtle than a disappearing person. In this mysterious video, the truth is even harder to explain, no matter how many times you study the clip. The video appears to have been captured using the night vision setting of an outdoor security camera. The device monitors a large yard with some shadowy trees off in the distance. The view is slightly obscured by light glaring off the falling snow. At first, the strange nature of this footage is disguised by the large snowflakes blowing across the camera's lens. If you watch closely, however, you'll notice something that doesn't appear to fit the scene: a large white shape floating around the yard. At first glance, you might think that the shape is just another snowflake, but the way it moves quickly rules out this possibility. It shifts direction in short bursts, moving from spot to spot in erratic patterns just above the grass. The snowflakes blowing across the video do so in a straight diagonal path, moving quickly across the screen then out of view. Of course, many videos that show a blurry, indiscernible shape are often explained away as insects on the camera lens. However, in this case, if you watch the video closely, right at the very end, a dog can be seen at the bottom of screen. While its appearance is brief, it seems as though it might be able to sense the strange moving shape. If this is the case, then it would certainly rule out the insect on the lens theory. So what could this strange little figure be? Some have suggested it could be an elusive cryptid. Take another look at the video and let me know what you think it is in the comments section below. This eerie video, captured by Eri Lutfia, was uploaded to the Instagram account Viral Cack. It seems to show a passenger being welcomed aboard a plane shortly before takeoff. As the camera holder makes their way down an aisle, pay attention to one specific seat on the right-hand side. Watching that again, it appears to be occupied by a dark, shadowy figure. The figure then briefly turns its head as if looking back at the oncoming passenger. As the camera holder gets closer, the figure suddenly seems to disappear. What do you make of this mysterious footage? Could it be possible that there was already someone seated on the plane? If this was the case, then how did they just vanish? Take another look at the footage and let me know what you think's going on here. This last terrifying encounter comes from elkakui.tv, and it shows a man exploring a mausoleum in what he says is a relatively new cemetery.
Alrededor de 30 años funcionando. Sí se ve algo tenebroso.
Before long, you can hear what sounds like a child crying.
Tiene alrededor de 30 años funcionando. Sí se ve algo tenebroso. Pero pues supongo que así son todos los... ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué es eso?
Things take a chilling turn when the man spots something dark at the end of the corridor. Watch what happens.
Niño. ¿Qué diablos hace aquí un niño? ¿Quién eres, niño? ¿Qué pedo? Niño. Manche. Oh, mami. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre.
Watching that again, slowed down, the small shadow at the end of the corridor seems to slowly manifest into a child. It's all too much for the man as he runs away, reciting a prayer.
Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre. Ay, güey.
So could this really be the spirit of a young child lurking in this mausoleum? Watch the footage again and decide for yourself.
Niño. ¿Qué diablos hace aquí un niño? ¿Quién eres, niño? ¿Qué pedo? Niño. Manche. No mames. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu.
The following video was posted to Reddit by a user named ChittySock. The footage starts off normally enough as we watch the uploader's girlfriend's sister's daughter and her friend making a video. At first glance, everything seems fairly normal about the footage, but if we watch that again, in the background, a mysterious dark figure can be seen walking around in the house before it eventually disappears without a trace. What makes this video even more unsettling is that there was no one else in the house when the girls were filming. When you slow the footage down, it almost looks as though the entity walking by the two young girls doesn't have any discernible features. The uploader says he has absolutely no idea what this figure is and what it was doing inside the house, but thankfully the two young girls in the video were safe and no harm was done. Was this an intruder or something more paranormal? Either option doesn't bode well. This creepy video was uploaded to the Instagram account Unanswered Universe. According to the description, the footage was originally captured by someone whose mother was minding their only nephew. The nephew supposedly told the mother that he had met a boy and was playing with him. Take a look at this eerie CCTV footage captured inside the house. You can see that there is indeed another child present. After the nephew enters the room, the top of another child's head can be briefly seen. The mysterious child's head appears once more just before the nephew returns to the back room. If the nephew really is an only child, then who or what could that second figure be? Children have vivid imaginations and many of them claim to have imaginary friends. However, this video shows that there's a very real, or at least very visible, second child present. Is it possible that the nephew's newfound friend is actually some sort of paranormal entity? Take another look at the clip and let me know what you think this is in the comment section down below. This next clip was uploaded to the Instagram account Unanswered Universe. It shows a security feed at a local pizza shop. Several workers are standing around when something bizarre happens. Watch. Watching that again, slowed down, the pizza slicer flies off the oven and hits one of the employees in the head. Most viewers believe that something paranormal may be happening here. Given that it was taken during a shift and the employee's reaction looks genuine, many believe this could be the work of a poltergeist. One commenter thought perhaps that the oven conveyor belt that cooks the pizzas may have caught the pizza slicer as it moved, causing a slingshot-type reaction that flung the cutter across the room. However, looking closely at the footage, it doesn't look like the conveyor belt is actually moving at all. So is this genuinely something supernatural, or is there another way to explain this bizarre event? Take another look at the footage and decide for yourself. This video has been floating around the internet for some time. In it, two women can be seen driving in their car while singing along to the radio. They seem to be having a blast until one of them notices that the child's car seat behind them might not be empty. She informs the other woman, who quickly leans towards the mirror for a closer inspection. The look of shock on her face is enough to send anyone into a panic. It appears as though they both can see a ghostly baby sitting in the car seat. If you watch the video closely, it does look as though there's something there, but is it really a ghost? Take another look and judge for yourself. At the very beginning of the clip, there does appear to be a face at the bottom of the seat. However, it seems likely to be an illusion caused by the passing light. Whether or not there's actually a ghostly child sitting in the back seat of this car is still open for debate. Let's just hope the women remain safe and were able to keep their eyes firmly on the road. Being a security guard can be a dangerous job. If you believe this video, shared by Cristancho1990, some security guards have more than the usual intruders to worry about. The video was captured on the security cameras at the office of the mayor of Armenia, Colombia. The footage shows a lone security guard patrolling an area of the building late one evening after most other members of staff have gone home. At the start of the video, we can already tell that something seems off. The security guard walks around the same area multiple times, moving only a few feet at a time, before stopping for a few seconds, then carrying on. It seems as though he's heard something unusual and is straining to hear. Perhaps it's only an eerie feeling that causes him to rewalk the area multiple times. While the video never reveals exactly what made the security guard so preoccupied, we eventually see that he was right to be concerned. Take a look at what happens. As you can see, the security guard is suddenly lifted from his feet and tossed into a nearby wall. He hits the wall hard enough that a piece of the wall's thin paneling is knocked off. Over the next few seconds, the guard attempts to pick himself up off the floor, but it looks as if something's pushing him down, preventing him from getting back on his feet. Eventually, a few other guards arrive on the scene to help him out. According to the security guard, he's certain that it was a ghost that attacked him that night, tossing him into the wall and keeping him from getting up from the floor. The mayor of the town seems inclined to agree, adding that this isn't the first time that a staff member has reported paranormal activity. The fact that this footage was captured on security camera and comes from such an official source has led many to believe that this truly is a ghost attack caught on camera. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. What do you think? It's definitely been going viral this past few weeks, so you may have already seen it, but I'd still love to hear your take on it in the comments section down below. For years, paranormal investigator and keen urban explorer Ricky Velasquez has been terrifying audiences with his videos. Based out of Mexico, Velasquez often explores abandoned houses, cemeteries, and reportedly haunted locations. More often than not, he captures some truly unsettling events on camera. The thing that takes his explorations to the next level is that they're often streamed live to his audience, making the freaky encounters all the more believable. Today, we're looking at an experience that put Velasquez on the map in the paranormal community. It happened on December 1st, 2016 in an abandoned house in Ciudad Guzman, Jalisco, Mexico. Watch as he explores a deserted house with an eerie reputation.
¿Te fijas que aunque está aquí el cuarto así, como que baja la temperatura?
Algo así, pero...
Oye,
¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué soy yo?
After a few strange noises set the scene, something happens near a flight of stairs. Watch.
Vamos a ver qué pasa entonces por aquí. Ay, cabrón. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? ¿Dónde? Ahí, güey. Ah, yo creo que es había un gato, ¿no? Ahí arriba.
As you can see, a ball rolls out of the darkness.
Ay, cabrón. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es? ¿Dónde? Ahí, güey. Ah, yo creo que es había un gato, ¿no? Ahí arriba.
Seconds later, a door slams behind him.
¿Qué fue? ¿Sí? No mames, tío, perdón ahí por los que me están escuchando, pero... Ábrele.
After exploring the house some more, it sounds like a child can be heard in the distance.
Espérate, aquí. ¿Escuchaste? ¿Escuchaste?
Velasquez tries to make contact, inviting the presence to play.
Mira, aquí está. Mira, una pelota, ¿quieres jugar conmigo?
niña.
¿Qué dijo?
Moments later, we get a glimpse of something peeking around the corner.
Yo quiero verla. Si no, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué fue? No te vas a caer.
After several attempts to build a rapport with whatever's lurking up the stairs, we get another look.
Yo no la veo.
¿Y si me asomo nada más yo?
¿Ya la viste?
Sí, ya se la veo, no sé si la acabas.
And again, moments later.
¿Dónde está tu mami, bebé? Asómate.
¿Sí es lo que yo vi?
Pues sí.
At the end of the video, Velasquez repeatedly asks, "What is your name?" when an unsettling noise can be heard.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Te escucho cerquita de mí, pero ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Dime tu nombre. ¿Cómo te llamas?
This exploration went out live to his followers on Facebook. Hundreds of people watched in real time as this eerie interaction played out.
¿Qué fue?
The clip was then uploaded to YouTube several days later, where it garnered thousands of views, with a horde of viewers chiming in with theories in the comments section. Many viewers agreed that it wasn't a little girl hiding up on the stairs. Rather, they believe it was a demonic entity trying to trick Velasquez into helping it.
¿Y si me asomo nada más?
The comment section unanimously praised the uploader for his bravery.
Asómate.
¿Sí es? ¿Sí es lo que yo vi?
So it's easy to see how this investigation made Ricky Velasquez famous among paranormal enthusiasts. However, just what was lurking in this abandoned house in Jalisco, Mexico, remains a complete mystery.
¿Y si me asomo nada más?
¿Ya la viste? ¿Ya la viste?
Sí, sí, ya se la vi.
Posted to Daily Motion, this next video comes from the pirate-themed bar Dreamwater Lounge. While there are many scary videos caught on CCTV, this one is fairly unique. The video was captured on what appears to be a bridge section of the themed restaurant. The area is seemingly empty, without a soul in sight. An alleged spirit seems to choose that moment to make itself visible. The ghostly figure appears to be relatively white and wispy. It floats right down through the empty area. It's almost as though it knows exactly where it's going, as it moves too purposefully. As the video continues, we watch the ghostly figure continue to move down the hall at a leisurely pace. Given the theme of the bar, it's highly possible that many spirits could have been drawn there. Perhaps it's a reminder of the spirit's home, past life, or an area it used to frequent. Some viewers have suggested the video is staged to drum up publicity for the restaurant. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of info to run with regarding this clip, so until more evidence comes to hand, this strange video will have to remain a mystery. Our last clip is quite a haunting one. It was uploaded to the YouTube channel Paranormal Vision and shows some unnerving dashcam footage captured by a motorist. Watch what happens. The footage clearly shows a person appear out of nowhere and pass straight through the vehicle. The driver said after they slammed their brakes, they got out to see what had happened, but there was no one to be found anywhere. They searched everywhere but couldn't find a single sign of anyone. Even the front of their car had no signs of hitting anything. It was as though the person had passed through the car and vanished. It's these details that have left many to believe that this is a genuine ghost sighting. Some have speculated that we're seeing the spirit of someone that might have died in an accident along this very stretch of road years prior. Following the incident, several locals said that they've seen a person walking around on the road, often late at night, but whenever they slow down to take a look, the person is nowhere to be seen. So could this stretch of road really be haunted? Is this footage evidence that someone's spirit is lingering in the area where they may have taken their last breath? Watch the clip again and judge for yourself. Occasionally, security cameras capture some very creepy things. Whether they're real or possibly caused by a glitch in the equipment is always open for debate. That said, it's certainly hard to deny what this next clip appears to show. We can see two houses on the opposite side of a roadway. For the first few seconds, nothing out of the ordinary happens. Then, a person walks into frame from the left side of the screen. The footage is too dark and grainy to make out any features, but on first glance, it certainly looks like an ordinary person. That is, until something truly bizarre happens. Take a look.
Walking, no legs, and she disappears. If you see, nobody is going into this apartment right now.
As you can see, as the figure continues walking, they seem to gradually fade away until there's no trace they were ever there in the first place.
And she disappears. If you see, nobody is going into this apartment right now.
The fact that the footage is blurry and occasionally has several lines running through the picture seems to be enough for some viewers to dismiss the person's disappearance as a camera glitch. However, no other solid objects vanish from view at any point in the video, which has led others to suspect that the person might actually be a ghost. As security cameras become a must-have household item, more supposed supernatural footage is being captured than ever before. And so, while there's always going to be doubters, it's certainly hard to deny that something strange isn't afoot when a person simply vanishes from sight.
And she disappears. If you see, nobody is going into this apartment right now.
In October 2021, WNYT News Channel 13 seemed to catch something eerie on live TV. Journalist Sam Hessler was doing a live early morning crossover from Greenridge Cemetery in Saratoga Springs, New York, when the cameras caught something unusual. Hessler was reporting on the spooky twilight tours that are being run in the cemetery when she seemed to have an encounter of her own. Take a look.
As you can see behind me here, we have a few gravestones, but what you can't see because it's dark out, and as you can see behind me here,
It can be hard to spot at first, but if you slow it down and brighten the image, you can make out a transparent figure moving from right to left in the background.
As you can see behind me here, we
Greenridge Cemetery is full of bizarre stories of murder and mishap. One famous grave belongs to Charles Dode, the man who first proposed multiple time zones for the railway network in the United States in 1869. In 1904, while crossing a road in Saratoga, Dowd was struck by a train and killed instantly. Some say his spirit lingers in the graveyard to this day. So what did WNYT's cameras actually capture? Could it really be a ghost? Given the lengthy history of the cemetery and the haunting stories attached to it, it certainly does make you wonder if this old graveyard really is haunted.
as you can see behind me here, we
Some people who come across strange sightings or hear strange sounds are brave enough to take a look. And that includes a few kids in a TikTok video shared by HollerPeter010506H. While one video is scary enough, the kids seem to have spotted the same figure in a whole separate incident. In the first clip, one of the kids is filming inside his grandparents' house. He explains that the lights have gone out in the place and that the adults have gone out to buy some candles.
Espérense. Y mi mamá y mi abuela se fueron al Oxxo a comprar velas por eso, por lo que pasó de que se fue la luz.
The kids hear some strange noises and decide to see what's happening outside.
Estamos aquí en la casa de mi bisabuela, se fue la... ¿Qué es eso?
The camera operator moves to the screen door. Take a look at what happens.
Quiere hacer pipí, pero el baño está allá. Y mi abuela nos dijo que cuidáramos... Mi abuelo nos dijo...
Watching that again, on the left-hand side of the screen, just outside, we can see a shadowy figure emerge quickly before disappearing from view.
mi abuela nos dijo que cuidáramos.
The kids then decide to go outside, scared but curious. We can hear strange banging and knocking noises.
Y pues... No tengan miedo.
The kids walk to where the shadow figure disappeared, turning the camera to the left when they catch something again. Watch.
Si estás aquí, preséntate ante nosotros.
We can see a shadow figure peering out.
Si estás aquí, preséntate ante nosotros.
The camera operator calls out to the formation, asking it to present itself. When this happens,
Somos tus nietos.
Watching that again, the shadow figure pops out and flies up into the air.
Nosotros somos tus nietos.
In the second video, we can see the roof of the same house. A few seconds into the video, we see the same shadowy figure appear for a brief moment on the roof before it vanishes. Interestingly, it seems that the children thought the shadowy figure might have been their grandfather who passed away. They even introduced themselves in the first video as the figure's grandchildren. However, the figure didn't seem to respond to this, which probably means this unsettling dark figure isn't their grandfather.
Somos tus nietos.
In December 2014, a woman named Cecilia Carrasco claimed she was attacked by a ghost. 34-year-old Carrasco was visiting her lawyer in Santiago, Chile, when she felt something push her to the ground. Luckily, the officer's CCTV cameras caught the event for all to see. Take a look. Nothing seems to touch the woman, yet she falls to the ground as though pushed by some unseen force. Carrasco hit the ground with such impact she had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Initially, Carrasco thought someone in the office had pushed her, then ran away. But when the receptionist confirmed that there was no one there, she had to see the footage for herself to see what had actually happened. Recalling the event, Carrasco said she felt two hands push hard on her chest before she fell. She admits she had never believed in ghosts until this incident and is now frightened to leave her home. Doctors confirmed that Carrasco sustained a head injury during the fall and that she may have been confused as to what took place. However, the doctors declined to comment on the strange footage. So what do you make of this bizarre event? It does genuinely look like Carrasco was pushed. Could it have been a ghost? Drop your theories in the comments section down below. Ali Lion is a Turkish YouTuber who runs a paranormal exploration channel called Paranormal Me. He travels around Eastern Europe looking for the unexplained, often in abandoned and dilapidated properties. In this video, which was uploaded to the platform in January of 2021, Ali investigates an abandoned house that was recommended by one of his followers. It's rumored to be heavily haunted by more than one entity. As soon as Ali walks inside, it's immediately clear that the place has seen better days, as the house has been left in shambles. Aside from the eerie state of the building, the YouTuber seems safe enough, at least for a while. At around the 17-minute mark, the OP steps outside. A heavy wind is blowing just as a storm rolls in. As lightning lights up the sky, the camera picks up something rather chilling. Watch.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
As you can see, there's a clear figure standing just meters from the YouTuber. However, just seconds later, the figure is gone.
La ilahe illallah. Nasıl bir şimşek çaktı arkadaşlar? Dışarı çıktığım
Because this happened so quickly, the investigator doesn't even realize that someone or something was just meters away. Without knowing this, he proceeds to continue with his investigation indoors. Just a few minutes later, more strange things are caught on camera.
Nereye gideceğimi şaşırdım arkadaşlar. La ilahe illallah.
The door slams shut despite there being no one else around.
La ilahe illallah. Rüzgar mı yaptı?
It happens again, this time in a different room.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Towards the end of the investigation, the YouTuber thinks he sees something out a window. The doors slamming, the eerie noises, and the raging storm eventually become too much for Ali as he decides to call the whole investigation off. This video definitely raises the question of who or what that strange figure was out in the storm. Was it a homeless person living in the building? If so, you'd think Ali would have stumbled upon someone at some point during the night. This then leaves a lingering question of whether the dark, shadowy figure was something more mysterious, perhaps something within the realms of the paranormal.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilahe illallah. Nasıl bir şimşek çaktı arkadaşlar?
The following video, posted to TikTok by username voided.1, is without a question one of the strangest and most unsettling videos you'll see in quite some time. The short clip comes from an unknown source, but some viewers think it originated in Peru. It shows a woman looking at something in the corner of a room. Watch what unfolds. As you can see, a mysterious shadow begins to grow out of the corner of the room. It pulsates in and out of view. The woman then proceeds to tell whatever this strange thing is that she's not afraid of it and orders it to leave the building immediately. She even tries to kick the shadow. The video ends soon after and everybody involved was unharmed. But even still, it definitely makes you wonder what exactly this woman was dealing with. What is this strange shadow? If it's a spirit, is it friendly or evil? These are questions that we'll most likely never get answers to. The Molly Stark Sanatorium in Stark County, Ohio, is yet another sanatorium that's believed to be haunted. The Molly Stark Sanatorium's history extends all the way back to the 1920s, where it once housed tuberculosis patients. In the 1990s, the hospital eventually closed down due to resigning staff and money troubles. Since then, the location has become decrepit and a hotspot for paranormal investigators and bored teenagers. Those who have visited have claimed to have experienced various paranormal occurrences, such as hearing strange sounds, seeing orbs, and even spotting ghosts of former patients. YouTuber Urbex Hill decided to join in on the fun and see what he could spot in the eerie location. What he finds is definitely unsettling, to say the least. In the first few minutes of the video, the uploader wanders around the sanatorium, showing us the well-worn interior. He notes that he hears footsteps from above, spooking him out.
Do you all hear that? What is walking? I hear footsteps.
Then, at around the 8-minute mark in the video, something very eerie happens. Watch.
What the f is it? Yo, do you see that?
In the center of the video, down in the tunnel, we can see a dark figure walking in the distance.
That is crazy.
The YouTuber eventually walks down the tunnel but comes across a dead end, meaning that the figure must have disappeared into thin air. Here's the sighting zoomed in and brightened up.
Yo, do you see that?
At the very end of the clip, the YouTuber plays some footage he took of the sanatorium's exterior. Watch what he saw. There appears to be someone or something standing up on the roof. Many viewers were puzzled and creeped out by the footage. They believe the first figure had to be a ghost, as it seemed to disappear into a dead end. While the second sighting could have been a real person, this could explain the footsteps that the YouTuber heard.
Do you all hear that?
Well, according to this footage, it seems this sanatorium does indeed have plenty of spooky, ghostly, and human visitors. In October 2021, a barbershop in Long Beach, Proper Cuts, experienced something on the paranormal side. The TikTok account, thebarber_T, shared some security footage at the shop, and it's been creeping viewers out ever since. In the video, we can see CCTV footage at the barbershop. A few seconds in, we can see the door at the back of the shop randomly open. A few moments after this, we can see what looks to be a ghostly figure moving across the TV screen on the left-hand side. Following this, the door that was open suddenly shuts. About 30 seconds later, the door opens once again, except this time one of the barbers gets spooked and starts to leave. Watch what happens. The creator of the video suggested that perhaps one of the clients that day was a poltergeist. The responses from the clients and barbers alike seems quite genuine. Unless this was a prank and the people in the footage weren't in on it, this event will have to be chalked up as a complete mystery. A woman named Lindsay Burke runs a TikTok account called Lala Loves Locks, where she frequently uploads videos of herself dancing and lip-syncing to music. When you take a look at the following video, it'll definitely look like nothing out of the ordinary is happening. In the footage, we can see Lindsay lip-syncing to a song. The first time you watch the clip, you may not even notice what's so freaky about it.
You said forever, now I drive past your street.
If we watch that again, more closely, a shadowy figure can be seen in the background. One moment it's there, then suddenly it's gone. At the time of recording, Lindsay didn't notice anything wrong with the footage whatsoever. She was undoubtedly in for the fright of her life when she reviewed the footage later on. As you can expect, viewers were freaked out by the sighting, with many making sure the uploader was okay and that there wasn't an intruder in the house. Others thought it may have been a shadow figure, a type of paranormal entity that's been reported by thousands of people all around the world. They're said to exist in the shadows, appearing only for brief moments in our periphery or during bouts of sleep paralysis. So is this an intruder or a shadow figure? Take another look and decide for yourself.
You said forever, now I drive past your street.
D-Doc Michael is a YouTube channel based in South Korea. The owners of the channel, Tichi and Michael, explore properties that are famous for being haunted or known for unexplained phenomena. In this clip, they explore an old abandoned house in South Korea that's rumoured to be filled with supernatural energy. Immediately, we're left with a sense that this property has been left abandoned for some time.
뭐가 있기는 있네. 뭐가 있기는 있어. 야각에 뭐가 있긴 있네. 잠깐 실례 좀 할게요. 있어. 건실 비리죠.
Not long into their exploration, they find some kind of charm on one of the walls.
입춘대길 만사형통.
Before long, they begin to hear strange noises inside the house.
뭐야? 건들지 마세요. 건들지 마. 건들지 마세요.
In one of the rooms, the camera holder thinks he sees some shadow figures moving about in one of the windows.
뭔 소리야? 아는 잠깐 들어보시랍니까? 아는 잠깐만 들어보실래요? 가지 마시고 아는 잠깐만 들어보세요. 빼꼼빼꼼 쳐다보지 마시고 가지 마시고 들어보세요. 어디가 가지 마시고 잠깐 들어보시랍니까? 잠깐만.
Things turn extra creepy when objects start to move in the house.
갑자기 오효요. 잠깐만요. 놔두시고. 감사합니다. 놔두세요. 이거 자, 네.
The wall, seemingly all on its own.
잠깐만요. 놔두시고. 예, 감사합니다. 예, 놔두세요. 이거 자, 뭐요? 왜 이거 왜? 이거 왜? 이거 뭐 어떻게 되라고요 지금? 에? 아휴.
Then, just moments later, this happens.
우리 말로 해요.
The chair slides quickly towards the camera holder.
우리 말로 해요. 갑자기 와버리네. 씨발 졸라 놀랐네.
Later, as they continue to explore the house, they notice the fishing rod that moved earlier is now in a different spot on the floor.
이게 빠졌어? 응? 이게 빠졌네?
Now, if you thought all this activity was scary enough, one of the freakiest encounters actually happens earlier in the exploration. At around the 4-minute and 32-second mark, something truly unsettling happens. Watch.
이걸 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오 깜짝이야.
The zipper slides along the bed as if moved by some unseen hand.
이걸 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만.
Eventually, all the activity becomes too much for the explorers and they decide to leave the house.
뭐 깜짝이야.
Unfortunately, there's no info on the history of the house, but it certainly seems like something paranormal is happening here. Could the charm they found on the wall have something to do with it? Did the former owners perform rituals inside this house? For now, all we have to go by is the extraordinary footage that's been captured by these brave explorers.
이걸 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오메 깜짝이야. 잠깐만. 오 깜짝이야.
The following video has unknown origins. The only thing that is known is that it was filmed at a wedding somewhere in South America. The old handycam footage shows seated guests at the wedding. All seems perfectly fine until you notice someone unusual in the background. Watch. A strange figure appearing in a white veil can be seen sitting down amongst the other people in the crowd. The rumour that's often paired with this mysterious piece of footage is that it's the spirit of a bride who tragically passed away in a car accident just after getting married in this very church. Some viewers don't quite buy the story and think it's simply another guest that looks a bit transparent on the old grainy footage. However, it is strange that they clearly seem to be wearing a veil, which would be in poor taste at someone else's wedding. So what do you think's going on here? Do you believe this is authentic footage of a ghostly bride captured on camera, or is it all just a spooky internet legend? This next clip comes from the Facebook page Zona del Terra. It seems to show something eerie unfolding on a quiet country road. In the video, we can see CCTV footage of a car parked on the side of a street. A man comes to get something out of the car when something strange happens. Watch. Watching that again, we can make out what seems to be a transparent figure that appears directly behind the man. Whatever it is, it seems to push the man from behind. The Flash, X-Men mutant, a vengeful ghost. These were some of the ideas thrown around by Facebook users, though no one seemed quite sure what was actually happening in the clip. So take another look and let your theories rip in the comment section down below. This next clip was captured by a security camera in a Mexico City museum. The footage was featured on EXN, a paranormal TV show that airs in Mexico. Take a look at what the CCTV cameras captured. If we watch that again closely, something transparent moves at the bottom of frame. As it passes, the turnstiles begin moving, seemingly all on their own. Staff at the Mexico City Museum were shocked by the footage, but also confirmed it's not the first time strange things have happened around the premises. Eerie figures are often spotted by security guards, but when approached, they vanish into thin air. Screaming is sometimes heard after hours, and patrons have reported being touched by unseen hands. Most who have seen the footage are at a loss to explain it. How is it that the turnstiles move all on their own? And what's that eerie silhouette that moves through them? The paranormal investigators interviewed by EXN suggested that it's a spirit moving through the turnstiles, but were at a loss to offer any more information. So what do you think's been caught on this security camera in this Mexican museum? Love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. This clip, shared by Facebook page Wicked Investigations, shows us a sighting that's been creeping viewers out for years. The footage was shot by a security guard doing his rounds in an empty shopping mall late at night somewhere in South America. Watch what he spotted. Watching that again, we can see what looks to be a little girl on the escalator.
Meu Deus do céu.
The guard runs towards it, showing us an empty view. Just seconds later, the child can be seen running off. Somehow, they're back on the ground floor.
Ai, meu Jesus! Ai, 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 meu Deus! Ai!
The security guard said that this is the second time he's spotted the little girl after hours in the shopping mall, and that he couldn't find her anywhere even after a thorough search. How is it that the girl went up the escalator, but then seconds later was back on the ground floor? Were there two children running around the shopping centre after hours? It seems unlikely, as the guard couldn't find a trace of anyone anywhere.
Ai, meu Jesus! Ai, 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 meu Deus! Ai!
This eerie photo was submitted to us on our Slaptam subreddit by Amy D. In 2019, Amy was visiting family and taking some snaps for keepsakes. They took a series of group photos and thought nothing of it. However, when they reviewed the pics, they were confused, to say the least. In the first photo, nothing out of the ordinary can be seen, 4 women posing for the camera. However, in the second shot, there appears to be a transparent dog in the foreground. It's black with no discernible features. You can even make out one of the lady's legs through the figure. Then, a split second later in the third snap, the dog is gone. Amy says that her aunt had a Rottweiler named Brutus who passed away a few years ago. The family believes that this is Brutus coming to see the family one last time. There's definitely something strange about the dog's figure, and the fact that it didn't show up in any of the other photos taken just split seconds apart certainly does make you wonder whether this is Brutus, appearing to say goodbye to his much-loved family. The following video was posted to TikTok by an account called ThaiNice125. It was filmed by a security guard that works at a school somewhere in the Philippines. Throughout the video, the security guard walks around the schoolyard premises, looking a little bit on edge. As he walks around the school, it doesn't take long for some truly unsettling things to occur. Take a look.
Ano? Yan. Yan guys, oh. Yung kita niyo yung mga bangko. Guys. Yan. Walang tao dyan guys ha. Tapos yung...
As you can see, the chairs in the classroom begin to move.
Guys. Ito yun. So, grabe yung...
The longer the guard films, the more intense the activity becomes.
Ito guys, sobra.
Before long, a mass of chairs and tables push themselves towards the door to the room.
So, yan guys.
The security guard's reaction definitely seems quite genuine. His facial expressions, accompanied by his body language, all seem to depict the fact that he's quite freaked out about what's going on and has no idea what's actually happening.
So, grabe yung...
The video is quite recent, so there's not much information released regarding the video or the security guard that filmed the encounter. Here's to hoping that this man will no longer have any more terrifying nights at this eerie old school.
Guys. Good. Guys. So...
Actor and model Tanalia posted a photo to her Instagram that freaked her followers out. Over the course of several months, Leah and her partner Nick Hogan, son of former wrestling star Hulk Hogan, posted that strange things were happening around their house that they couldn't quite explain. Then in August 2021, Leah posted a series of still frames from her CCTV security system. At first glance, nothing looks particularly out of place. In the second screenshot, we can see a figure standing in a doorway at the very end of the living space. The figure looks to be a woman wearing a black dress. The night this footage was captured, Leah heard some strange noises coming from their cinema room. When she checked the security app on her phone, she saw the strange person standing in their kitchen. Close friends who saw the image were freaked out, but thought the figure looked strangely similar to Leah herself. Some comments agreed that it felt paranormal in nature, but a lot of people said it was probably a prowler and that she should call the police. So what do you think's been captured on Tanalia's security camera here? Ghost or a very real intruder? Let me know what you think down below. When YouTuber and everyday Canadian began hearing scary sounds coming from his basement late one night, he probably wasn't expecting to also capture a scary ghost video. However, this footage really is nothing short of spine-chilling. As the clip begins, the uploader explains that hearing sleep, and the washing machine that's located in the basement makes a completely different sound. He grabs a camera and bravely heads down the stairs to investigate.
And I'm going to go down and check right now. This is freaky right now.
As he moves further into the dark underbelly of the house, the strange banging noises continue, making him reluctant to go any further.
Holy oh, what the is that sound?
Suddenly, he hears a sound that causes him to turn around. Then, what looks like a child's toy trolley begins wheeling towards him, as if pushed by some unseen force.
What the was that? What the
At this point, the video abruptly ends, preventing us from getting any additional clues about the ghostly activity. However, viewers have suggested that the entity is most likely a poltergeist, the only type of ghost thought to possess the power to move things in the physical world. Poltergeists are said to range from playful to downright dangerous, so this YouTuber might want to steer clear of whatever it is haunting his shadowy basement, until he has a better understanding of what its intentions really are.
What the was that? What the
This next clip was originally posted to the Home for Scary Ghost Videos, the Facebook page Do You Believe in the Unexplained? Host to a vast array of similar videos, this clip in particular is sure to give viewers the creeps. Recording an empty hallway, the majority of the clip plays out with no one in sight. The quiet emptiness of the hallway is exactly why it's so frightening when the smallest of shadows appears to creep around a corner, only to quickly creep away in the direction in which it initially arrived. The small shadow appears to be about the size of a small child, moving as a person would. It walks around the corner, then darts back in the opposite direction. The appearance of the small shadow is even more shocking due to just how quickly it appears and then leaves in the midst of the complete stillness of the hallway. With no human attached to the shadow, it appears it could be some kind of supernatural being. But without further evidence, we may never know the truth about this mysterious clip. So we'll throw it out to you, the audience. What do you think that strange shadow is? Let me know in the comment section below. Back in 2017, YouTuber Mr. Spouter began experiencing some strange activity inside his home. At nighttime, he could hear mysterious noises and things began moving around the house for what seemed like no reason at all. He eventually started filming the activity so he could prove to others that he wasn't going mad and that some truly bizarre things were indeed happening around the house. In this first clip, we see the OP exploring his house after hearing some noises.
Something there. Freaking myself out, man.
Eventually, he catches this on camera.
What the What the
Although he runs off laughing, it sounds like nervous laughter, like someone who's been scared and can't quite explain what's just happened.
What the What the
In a second clip, yet more banging has woken the YouTuber up.
It's like there's something on the stairs. You can't hear it though. I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like...
As he's exploring upstairs, the camera inadvertently catches something in the background.
So every time I look, there's nothing there though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there.
It can be hard to see at first, but if we slow it down as the camera pans back and forth, there appears to be a shadowy figure standing in one of the rooms. It's a solid black form that doesn't seem to catch any of the light coming from the camera. It's as though the homeowner can't see the figure either. In a comment, the uploader clarifies he believes he's been haunted by something for quite a few years. He said he's had to move house several times now, and each time he does, the activity slowly builds up and eventually becomes too much to live with, so he has to move and start again. So according to this information, this dark figure might be somehow attached to the uploader himself. Many viewers said it could be a demon or some kind of dark energy. They also noted that throughout the videos, there appears to be a lot of orbs flying around the house.
You can't hear it though. I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like...
Eerily, this channel only has these two clips uploaded and nothing else. There's been no real update for over 5 years, making many worried that something may have happened to the uploader. So, until further info comes to hand, this eerie encounter will have to remain a complete mystery. There's very little information available on this clip other than it was posted to the YouTube channel A Lot of Musics. The video begins normally enough. Someone's filming something through the window of a car. Watch what happens though. As you can see, a creepy face pops into view in the bottom left-hand corner of the car window. At first, it's hard to see it in any great detail, but if you pause the video, we can get a better look. It's pale, with black hair, and has misshapen, dark eyes. While it could be just someone playing a trick on the person in the car, even this would be enough to give most people a good scare. In May 2018, 39-year-old Laura Watson was spending the day outside in the sun with her family at Plessy Woods Country Park in Northumberland, UK. She took a series of photos of her family in the park, but one in particular stood out as unusual. Upon first glance, the image looks completely normal. However, if you look more closely, there's something not quite right about it. At the center of the photograph is Watson's young boy who's posing holding a ball. Just behind his left shoulder is the face of another young boy. His head is tilted and his skin appears grey. Watson insists that there was no one else around when the photo was taken, and certainly would have noticed a strange boy behind the tree. The picture scared the family so much that their young daughter had trouble sleeping for several nights after the incident. Watson says that she never used to believe in the paranormal in any way, but after this incident, she's no longer sure what to believe. If that's not a young boy that was with them, then who could this actually be? Some locals said that years prior, a young boy actually drowned in the nearby Blythe River, leaving many to speculate that the mysterious boy in this photograph is actually deceased. Mario Lara is a Mexican YouTuber who owns a notorious Pinata store in Guadalajara in the western state of Jalisco. His store is reportedly so haunted that it's become somewhat of an attraction in the local area. All kinds of alleged paranormal events have taken place, like objects moving on their own, eerie figures have been caught on camera, and staff members have even been aggressively attacked by unseen forces. We covered Lara's story a few months ago when he captured an unknown childlike figure inside his store after hours. Take a look. Now, more ghostly activity is being captured inside the store. In December 2021, Lara decided to conduct an experiment to see if he could capture definitive proof that the premises is haunted by a spirit. In the video, Lara says he's going to spread flour on the floor to see if he can catch any movement. He also sets up a stationary camera to monitor the area around the clock. At first, all is quiet. But after a while, something does end up happening. Watch. Watching that again, out of nowhere, footprints appear in the flour on the ground. Some strange clicking noises can be also heard in the background. Most viewers in the comments section were worried for Lara's safety. A lot of people recommended he get the space blessed by a priest. So is Mario Lara's store really haunted? Judging by the footage, it would certainly appear so. There are a lot of freaky videos on Lara's YouTube channel. As always, links are in the description box below. I highly recommend you check it out. In August 2016, YouTuber The Ball Family Vlogs was filming what was supposed to be a normal vlog updating their viewers, but it appears they inadvertently caught something strange on camera. The YouTuber welcomes viewers to their home before turning the camera around and showing us the living room.
An extra storage workshop area. Our dog is back there right now because he's a little sick. Got to go to the vet.
As the camera pans past some stairs, it slows down to show something standing there. It looks like a transparent figure. The YouTuber has said they've experienced weird things in the house. Even their mum has felt an unexplained presence in the home. The ghostly figure is certainly eerie looking and quite suspicious. Sometimes cameras can't always clearly capture a person moving very quickly, showing the person as a blur or even transparent. However, this figure doesn't appear to be moving at all, throwing this theory out the window. With that being the case, what do you think's happening here? Let us know in the comment section down below. These next two videos were recorded by a worried homeowner who was experiencing unexplained incidents in their home. The footage was passed along to the Maximum Disclosure YouTube channel, and viewers seemed to quickly confirm that something suspicious was going on in this house. The first video shows a dark staircase leading down to a foyer or hallway. If you keep your eye on the doorway at the bottom of the stairs, you can see the shadows begin to shift. While no one appears to be in the area, the light changes as though someone passes by. The second video shows the same staircase. Take a look at what happens. As you can see, a ball suddenly begins to move. It rolls gently in and out of view until it eventually comes to a complete stop. Then, just before the video ends, the ball launches itself into the air as though it's being kicked. The way the ball moves around is certainly suspicious. However, when it's coupled with the events captured in the first video, one can't help but turn to the paranormal for an explanation. So do these two clips show enough evidence to prove that this house is in fact haunted? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Dark, deserted tunnels are the perfect place for scary ghost videos to be captured. In this particular tunnel, somewhere deep underground in Indonesia, an amateur ghost hunter manages to capture something truly creepy on film. Recorded in black and white, the video quality is grainy. However, it's still detailed enough to allow us to see into the inky blackness of the tunnel. The light from the camera illuminates one man sitting on a ledge alongside the wall, while a few yards away we can barely see the outline of an open doorway. It's in this doorway where the true creepiness begins. A few seconds into the clip, the man starts waving his arms in the air, as if attempting to get somebody's attention. Not long after, a light-coloured entity begins to form in the doorway. It never seems to take on a solid shape, looking more like a dense, wispy fog. It also appears to be confined within the doorway, almost as if it's trapped inside the room at the end of the tunnel. The ghost hunter who filmed this terrifying footage has never been identified, so no one knows any details about the location or what the ghostly apparition actually was. I'll throw this one out to the viewers. What do you think's been captured on camera deep within this tunnel? Could it really be a ghost? Or is there another explanation for this creepy footage? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. This next haunting comes from the TikTok account Domadios. In mid-2021, followers were terrified as they went along for a chilling ride watching Domadios document his alleged encounter with a shadow figure. In this first clip, we see some eerie movement inside the apartment.
I'm literally like shaking right now, and my door keeps on moving by itself. There's like no windows open or nothing, and I'm definitely home alone. Like, what the? Oh, hello? Hello?
He searches the room, but there doesn't appear to be anything there.
What in the heck? Hello? I swear you better. Hello? You better not be pranking me right now. What the hell? Oh!
A few nights later, the OP was awoken by his bedroom lights turning on and off.
I literally just had that door thing happening, and now I have that happening. There is nobody in there, and now I have my freaking lights going on and off when I'm trying to sleep. This is absolutely ridiculous. This has been happening for the past 5 minutes. And like, how is anybody supposed to sleep? What the?
While the light's flickering is eerie enough, if you watch carefully, there's actually a faint outline of a figure by the door. Again, he searches the room to no avail.
I really don't appreciate this. It needs to stop. You gotta be kidding me. Not again.
Then, in this final clip, we see something truly unnerving. Watch. There's a shadowy figure standing in the room. Once again, the uploader searches frantically for evidence of something being there, but as before, there's nothing there. Many viewers said it had to be a shadow person. Shadow figures are an unsettling phenomenon witnessed by thousands of people all around the world. Those who claim to have had encounters with these figures say that a black mass or shadowy entity was in the room with them. But when they look more closely or search the room, there's nothing ever there. Sufferers of sleep paralysis often say when they wake up in the middle of the night, unable to move, a dark figure is often nearby watching them. Those experiencing insomnia often witness strange black forms at the corner of their eyes as well. Eerily, shadow people have roots in many religions and folkloric tales around the world, suggesting that people have been encountering these beings for centuries. Ancient texts describe these figures as demonic entities or shades of the underworld. However, some modern paranormal investigators have a slightly different take on shadow figures, suggesting they could be a glimpse of beings from other dimensions or aliens from other worlds. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly unnerving that thousands of people from all over the world swear they've witnessed almost the exact same thing over and over again. Dark forms lurking in the corner of the room. So could Domadios have captured one of these beings on camera? It certainly fits the description. Domadios hasn't posted an update since June 2021, leaving many viewers concerned that something might have happened to him. This next clip was posted to TikTok by a username Spirit Chasing, and it seems to show some eerie footage captured on a Ring doorbell home security system. Take a look. Watching that again, it's subtle, but there appears to be a transparent figure of a person walking on the right side of the screen. It seems to appear out of nowhere and drifts slowly across the yard. The OP believes it to be a female presence, dubbing the figure a ghost. While it certainly is strange that it appears out of nowhere and looks to be transparent, it's too difficult to say 100% either way what this actually is. So I'll throw this one out to you, the viewers. What's your take on this sighting? Let me know what you think down below. This next chilling piece of footage was sent to the YouTube channel Fourth Wall by an anonymous user. They said they were walking through a cemetery late at night in Japan when they heard some strange noises coming from one particular monument. That's when they took out their phone to film the event. Watch what happens. Watching that again throughout the clip, you can hear a strange murmuring or moaning. The camera holder is startled when they spot a dark shadow standing by the monument. Eerily, it seems to just vanish from sight. No one seems to know what's being caught on camera here. Some have suggested a ghost or spirit, perhaps an apparition of the person who's buried inside this very monument. Others thought the murmuring sounded like chanting, suggesting the black figure was a monk or priest. But if so, how did they just vanish into thin air? This is truly a mysterious piece of footage that no one can definitively explain. Let us know your theories in the comment section down below. So if you love this massive compilation, then why not check out our other ones here